Hi, my name is Hoang. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I am a mental health professional, a crisis response trainer, and program developer, and also a community organizer. I grew up in a non-Vietnamese community in Moreno Valley, California. I moved here to Orange County in 2008 after I have left the missionary and my years living in Chicago. And since 2008 to present, I've been living and working within the Vietnamese community. We grew up in a community or in an area where there's very few Asian, and I was often bullied and attacked by non-Vietnamese in my neighborhood. They targeted me the moment we moved into those neighborhood, and I used to fight a lot growing up and throughout middle school because I was Asian. I got picked on, and I was fought back, helped build character. And then when I graduated high school, I joined a seminary, and I went to Divine Word Missionary in Iowa, where the seminary college was at. I know that for Orange County, specifically Westminster, Garden Grove area, it is one of the first locations where the Vietnamese community members migrated as refugees after the war in 1975. I have family members who came here in 1975 and live in Orange County. Growing up, my family and I would come here often on a weekend to visit our relatives and spend time within the Vietnamese community here because there weren't any Vietnamese community where we grew up. I think for within the Vietnamese community, especially Orange County here, and this is part of my thesis during grad school as well. And my thesis was based on the hypothesis that I had was regional factors that inhibit or promote Vietnamese American from utilizing mainstream mental health services. And my hypothesis was that it's either the number of years people have lived here, as well as the level of education. And that if they live here for a long time, or they have higher education, they are more likely to utilize mainstream mental health services. My research of my focus group actually had the opposite result. Doesn't matter how long you live here, doesn't matter what level of education you have. It's the level of what we call acculturation. And so in Orange County, the Vietnamese community, typically compared to Vietnamese community in other part of the country, is more conservative because it's a homogeneous community. The Orange County is the largest Vietnamese community outside Vietnam. And so in this area, individuals can actually live, work here throughout their life without needing to learn to speak English because they can go to the grocery store, communicate, do their transaction in Vietnamese. They can go to school and their providers, everything is in Vietnamese. So that is an ideal place for the seniors to come here. It's food, right? So restaurant, right? The Little Saigon strip mall area. Everywhere you go, there's food. And a lot of non-Vietnamese always ask me this question, like, I don't get it. There's the same restaurant, same food in the same strip, but every store is busy, right? Like, how is it that they are able to be successful? Because we love to eat, right? For our culture and for our community, eating, breaking bread is how we connect, right? Whether when we're grieving, whether we are celebrating, whether we are meeting someone for the first time, or just enjoying our time. Food is our way of connecting to people. Because of the pandemic, people were afraid of catching the illness, the virus, and also because of Asian hate during that time, people were afraid to even go out the house. And so when I started moving forward together coalitions in May 2020 to now, we utilize ethnic hot meal food that was prepared by the research room, by restaurant. And we deliver to the senior and to those who are experiencing financial hardship as well as mental health challenges. And because we were able to provide hot ethnic meal, they were able to open the door and welcome us into their house or to their life. And within that brief period of time, we were able to build that connection. We were able to help instill and reinstill in them there's hope in the community. There are still people in the community who care for them. There are still opportunity for them to reconnect and connect with others in the community. And that was my way of combating the fear from Asian hate. That was combating the fear of catching viruses. That if there's physical distancing and we take the necessary precaution, we're wearing masks, cleaning ourselves, right? We can still interact with each other. we don't have to live in fear and isolations and locking ourselves up behind a door. And so that was why I believe food was our way of addressing that.